So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Galaxy S26 Ultra versus 17 Pro Max versus OnePlus 15 triple speed test. Now I'm going to use the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL to go ahead and see how fast these boot up, and we'll speed up this section so we're not waiting all day. Let's begin with the S26 Ultra in 3, 2, go. And I started from the time that I hold the button. So even holding it does go into the time of starting it a little bit. So let's go ahead and see how long this takes, and then we'll do the same process for the other phones. So that took about 19 to 20 seconds, right around that time, to start up the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Let's do the 17 Pro Max now. And so we'll go with the 17 Pro Max in 3, 2, go, and we'll see how long this takes. I believe that the S26 Ultra is actually going to boot up faster than this, but we'll see if I'm wrong in this test. So we're at 10 seconds so far. And so we're right around 28 to 30 seconds. Now I was just waiting for it to find signal, and you can see that definitely about 8 to 10 seconds slower on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So far the Galaxy in the lead. Let's go ahead and run the OnePlus now in 3, 2, go, and we'll see how long this takes. Now this might be the fastest, or it could be somewhere in between. And this taking a little bit of time might go at number 3 actually, and a little bit faster than the iPhone. I stopped it a little bit late, but a little bit faster than the iPhone, like a second or two. But the S26 Ultra is the fastest to turn on. The Pixel would probably be the fastest if it was included in this test, but we're going with the 3 beasts here, as the Pixel's chip is not really competitive with these. Let's go ahead now and get on to the app test. All right, guys, so everything is closed down on all of these phones, and we're going to go ahead and do the app test to the best of our abilities. I only have 2 hands. Let's see what happens here in 3, 2, go. And calendar launches first over here, then here, and then here. That's mostly because Google Calendar on the OnePlus is a cloud-based calendar, but that's the one that comes included out of the box. Let's go into clock, 3, 2, go. And that looked like Galaxy, OnePlus, iPhone. If I'm wrong on any of these, call me out, because here's the deal. It's kind of hard to look at all 3 at the same exact time and see which one's doing the best. So let's swipe up out of there. Let's go into calculator, 3, 2, go. And again, it looked like Galaxy, OnePlus were close, with iPhone being last. Let's go ahead and do Play Store, App Store, 3, 2, go. Galaxy, OnePlus, iPhone. And scrolling through, I feel like the OnePlus is a good balance between these two. This is really fast. This is smooth, but sometimes doesn't always feel like, I say, 120 hertz. This one feels like the balance between both of these. Let's go ahead and swipe up out of there. We'll go into weather. And again, kind of similar results. You know, it's funny, all these apps kind of look the same. They don't really look that different. One thing I like about the iPhone, though, is it kind of like changes its color based on the actual day, what's happening in the forecast. Let's go into ChatGPT on all 3. That was I think that was the OnePlus, Galaxy, and then iPhone. Let's go into Gemini. And these kind of were the same over here. I don't know why it's not giving me okay, there it goes. These kind of were the same, and then iPhone last there. Let's go into Copilot, 3, 2, go. These two neck and neck, and then the Galaxy, or the iPhone, was last. Let's go into Groupon. Oh, I missed that on the OnePlus. Like I say, let me open that now and close that so it's in cache. Maybe later. All right, let's do it again. 3, 2, and go. And those 2 first. Then the iPhone. Let's go into categories on all 3. Hold on, let's go to categories here. And you can see as you swipe through, kind of like once you're in the app, it doesn't really matter. Let's go on Instagram, 3, 2, go. And faster on the Galaxy than this phone, and then this one. They're kind of showing different images, but it was this one, this one, this one is what I've seen. Let's go into X. Whoa, those are so close. And then we have the iPhone at number 3. iPhone not winning here in pretty much any of these. You could see it looked like OnePlus, Samsung, Apple. It's kind of hard to see which one's actually loading, because I'm trying to look at all 3 at the same time. Let's go ahead and swipe up out of here, and we'll go into Subway Surfers, 3, 2, go. And looks like the iPhone in the lead there, beats both of these phones, and these phones about the same. So is it going to be that case again where the games start loading and launching first? Like I say, I feel like some developers, especially, spend more time making their games, certain games, better for iOS. Let's go into Dead Trigger 2, but not all of them. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. That one goes, these were again neck and neck. And again, it makes sense because these both have the 8 Elite Gen 5. This one is for Galaxy, so slightly overclocked. We'll see if that changes the results in benchmarks. But yeah, that was fastest on the Galaxy, OnePlus, and then comes the iPhone third once again. Let's go into RTS 3, 2, go, and see what happens here. RTS is going to go first here to these guys over here, and OnePlus in third. Let's go ahead and click right here, continue. If we hit play at the same time, it looks to me like all of these are giving you really strong performance. All three of these do actually have really good thermals as well. Let's go, and pretty good ecosystem of products. Let's go into Free Fire. OnePlus has the watch, the tablet. iPhone has the Mac, the iPads. This one has the Galaxy tabs, the Galaxy books. So anyone you go with, you're going to be able to have an ecosystem of products. You'll see that was a Galaxy, followed by OnePlus, and then iPhone in last place. So iPhone has lost too many of these. It's pretty much, we already have our conclusion here. The iPhone, in terms of launching apps, is the slowest of the three, definitely. Does this make a difference in the day-to-day? I think if you're moving quick, it does. I think for regular use, not really, but for if you're doing things quickly, you're trying to like hurry up, like let's get some stuff done here. I do think sometimes that iPhone will feel slower for those cases. Mostly that's like productivity tasks when you're under pressure, you're trying to get stuff done. But the iPhone did win there on Destiny Rising. I also found that the game on Destiny Rising for the 17 Pro Max looks really good. Also looks good on the Android side, but to me the graphics look better on the iPhone. I think this game was given more attention when developed for the iPhone. It's just like the way it just looks a little more crispy. Graphics just look a little bit better on the iPhone for that game. Let's go into Asphalt, and iPhone in the lead on this one. Oh, we have different access here, points. So OnePlus actually won it. And there you go. So all of them did a pretty good job. And you can play, like I say, you can play the games on any of these phones really well. But we're going to see in 3D Mark. Let's go ahead and see who wins this one. We'll check the results in a little bit. Who actually wins in the actual graphic performance. We'll go into, which one is this off? Oh, it's this one right here. Just go ahead and do that. That was a little bit off there. Actually, it was the Galaxy. But we'll go ahead and just tweak it like this right now. Just a small little error on my part. Let's go ahead and hit the InShot, 3, 2, go. And Samsung, it looked like OnePlus, iPhone, and we'll go into speed test net. That was the iPhone, followed by those two, I think Galaxy and then OnePlus. So I think Samsung's quick animation is making it appear faster than the OnePlus. Even in the OnePlus, I feel like appears smoother and quicker than the iPhone. So I'm going to call the app test to Samsung. Followed very closely by OnePlus, and then iPhone in last place, with iPhone having a really good advantage in certain certain games being very well optimized for the platform. But I think they need to speed it up a little bit with the animations while remaining smooth, kind of like what OnePlus does over here. Let's go ahead and do the RAM management now. All right, guys, so you can see right here on the Galaxy that we do have 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is very nice. You can go up to 16, I believe, on the higher storage tiers, the highest storage tier. But you kind of don't need it. You're going to see right here that that's just like extra. I mean, if you're keeping it a long time. Generally, though, the Samsung, once they introduced the nonlinear animations a little while ago, it was a really big deal for this phone. And having all these different split-screen multitasking features, app pairs, and all this fun stuff, the Galaxy is a really strong contender. Let's go ahead and see how the iPhone does. Used to be the king of this area, still does very well, even to this day. You'll see no real issues. iPhone is rocking 12 gigs of RAM as well. And this really does keep the Pro series, Pro Max, the Air, the Pro Max, the Pro. I said Pro Max twice, the Pro. I was going to say the smaller Pro. It keeps them running pretty well, although they do tend to pause applications a bit. They're, to me, not the fastest relaunches ever, but they're still doing very well. Here you can see not a substantial issue. You don't really get any multitasking split screen modes though, which is kind of annoying, but at least on this Pro Max, when you go between applications, and I mean all day, holding them, it holds them well. You don't really have a lot of waiting around for applications. So, okay guys, so let's see OnePlus now. We are on the enhanced animations and they are very quick and smooth. So I do like this. Let's go ahead and swipe over here. 16 gigabytes of RAM on board allows this phone to just hold these apps like it's nobody's business. Let's go over here, hit Groupon, Copilot, and then we'll see over here, very fast. You can also put these in standard animations if you wanted to in settings. And what the heck is that? Oh, I didn't want to see no negative news on my video. Let's go over here to display animations. We'll go right here. And you'll see you can put them on standard if you want it a little bit slower. They do give you that effect option. But if we go to settings here, hold on, settings, scroll down to about phone, about device. You'll see this is a 16 gig of RAM option right there as well with the 8 Elite Gen 5. So you've seen right there in RAM management, I do think that Samsung has some of the fastest. OnePlus has the best because it's kind of smooth and fast, and you could tweak it. iPhone, I think, is in third place, even though they used to be number one. I feel like right now, the iPhone animations aren't as silky smooth as like the OnePlus. Let me know if you agree or disagree down below in the comment section of this video. And our final Geekbench scores are in, and you can see that the iPhone wins in single core, but the iPhone loses to both the OnePlus and the Galaxy in multi-core. You can see Samsung overclocking that CPU, the Galaxy version of the 8 Elite Gen 5, gives them a slight boost over competitors like OnePlus. With the regular 8 Gen 5, just a little bit though, not too much. You can see 600 points on the multi and 60 or so points on the single. So in reality, won't make hardly any difference. Let's go ahead and check my results. Now, I did a Wildlife Extreme stress test. I've been getting some questions. People ask me, can you do a stress test? So I figured, let's go ahead and do one. So we did one on each of these, and the results were interesting. The OnePlus actually lost here in the Wildlife Extreme stress test. It got a 56.6 on the stability, but it won in its best looping scores over the 17 Pro Max with a 68.82. And then the lowest being a 38.93, with the iPhone getting lower scores there. The OnePlus did score pretty decent overall frame rates, hitting between 11 and 53. And over here, the iPhone it was between 14 and 43. So the OnePlus had a lower low score, but it did get up to a higher 53. Now the Samsung actually won this. They won in terms of the stability. It stayed more stable under load at 74.9%. And it had a lowest loop score of 42.47, so the best on the lowest loop. But on the best, the iPhone actually was the lowest of the loop scores. When we scroll down a little bit, you'll see that the iPhone and the Samsung were pretty close, both maxing out around 43 FPS, with the OnePlus hitting 53. So I'd say in terms of actual gaming performance, I probably would go with the OnePlus. It had some of the best scores here on the loop and also had the highest frame rate. So OnePlus to me for the games, followed by the Samsung and then the iPhone at number 3 because the Samsung stayed more stable under load. So I would give it 1, 2, and then 3 in terms of the actual gaming performance, but they're all going to be really good because those are all very good scores. It's just the OnePlus is going to be better when you're really pushing the phone. So I would pick that for gaming for sure, and it has the biggest battery, so it would be the one that probably would last the longest during that gaming session. So let's go ahead and run a quick speedtest.net here and see what we are capable of pulling in. I want to make sure these are on the same servers before we go ahead and do the next phone. You'll see pretty nice overall scores coming in there on the Samsung, and then hold on, make sure these are on the same score. 1093 on the download. I'm just putting the server over here for the OnePlus, and let's get this back in lineup. You'll see right there 41.4 on the upload, and let's see what we can pull in on the iPhone. It should be pretty close. I've been seeing similar scores being able to be pulled in for the iPhone. 980. Are we gonna hit the 1 gigabit though over here? I don't think so. So 955, and you'll see right there that the iPhone has lost this, at least on the download. So the Samsung usually always pulling in, to me, the best download speeds. Let's see how the OnePlus does. I would expect this to be pretty close to these phones. We'll see what happens. Actually beating both of them. Wow, shocking turn of events here on the same networks. Wow, and the same servers. That is impressive. I don't think I've seen a score that high in any of my tests. 1241. Upload pretty much the same, but still doing better than the iPhone. So don't be shy of the OnePlus. It definitely has really strong Wi-Fi performance, that's for sure. Definitely going to go to the OnePlus, Samsung, and then the iPhone. That's going to wrap it up here for me. I think we have a conclusion. I do think that the OnePlus, if you really push the phone, especially in gaming, it's probably one of the fastest here for sure. I think that the overclocked CPU gives the Samsung the edge in terms of, scores on benchmarks and stuff like that. But overall, the OnePlus and this are pretty darn close. So I'm going to call these maybe slightly to the Samsung because of the overclocked CPU. But when you start gaming, OnePlus is really good there. And the iPhone is in third place. So iPhone needs to catch up here with the 18 Pro series coming later this year. But still a very strong contender and probably one a lot of people would still pick over these two on the right. So let me know which phone you like the most. And if you enjoyed this triple speed test, let me know. I'll consider making more videos like this in the future. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Nick here. Be sure to be well and peace.